Hey, this is Ann Maloney with NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune, and I'm here at Bywater Bakery with Chaya Conrad.
Hi.
And you may not know this, but the very popular Chantilly Cake, the one that started at Whole Foods, Chaya is the one who created this cake. She came up with the recipe. She was a bakery director at Whole Foods. And now this cake is sold at Whole Foods all over the nation. So we decided to come to her bakery, where she is now, Bywater Bakery on
Dauphine and Independence, 3624 Dauphine.
And have her demonstrate how she makes the cake now, because she's made a few little changes to it over the years.
Yeah.
So you have some cakes ready here.
So I am using a white almond cake. Now, when we made this cake at Whole Foods, I was the bakery manager at Whole Foods a number of years ago now. And when we made this cake originally, I used yellow cake, but I really love the white almond cake, and so we've made some, we've tweaked it over the years.
So what is this you're doing?
So this is simple syrup. I put simple syrup on all of my cakes. It keeps it all moist and delicious.
Okay, so that's just the equal parts sugar, equal parts water,
correct,
dissolved together. Okay.
And it'll just keep a cake really moist. It's one of those things people don't do at home. It's not something you see a lot in home baking, but you see a lot when you're working in bakeries.
Okay.
So simple syrup, then this beautiful Chantilly cream. Now Chantilly cream is, for us, it's cream cheese, mascarpone, powdered sugar, and whipped cream. And so you whip it all until it's lovely and thick like this, very similar to a texture of whipped cream, kind of moussey, but there's no gelatin in it, so it stays very stable and lovely. It's kind of like a cloud. It's really fun to work with.
So, and you're not being skimpy with this?
No. So that's part of also what makes it really good. My goal, I train everybody to have the same height of Chantilly cream as the cake layer.
Okay. And that's what makes it so good. Okay.
That's part of what makes it so good. Absolutely. And then we do a mixture of berries. Obviously, you want to do what you can with that's in season, but we do blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries. You want to kind of make sure that you get a little bit of everything in each bite. Otherwise, somebody will feel cheated if they didn't have blueberries and blackberries and raspberries. So, but pretty good about a fruit. You want to make sure that you have the fruit going all the way to the edge. If you don't have it going all the way to the edge, your cake is going to crack on you. So sometimes if you see cake, like Chantilly cakes in cases, I always knew, like as the bakery director for Rouses, I knew immediately why it is that the cake would be cracked in the case.
So you put the cake down, top down, and you do that
so that the simple syrup absorbs into the cake.
Okay.
So there's a very specific reason. So then another little thing of simple syrup.
And you mentioned Rouses, so you left Whole Foods and then went to be bakery director for Rouses, all of the markets, and you actually brought this cake to that store.
I sure did.
But you changed it a little bit.
Yep, so that's where we brought in the white almond cake. Rouses white almond cake is really delicious. And it's something that's really, I just thought it helped the cake so much. It made it so nice. So when I had a choice to decide whether to use almond cake or yellow cake in my own bakery, I stuck with the white almond cake. Now, some people don't like the white almond and some people want it to be yellow cake, and we do that for people all the time. But if I get a choice, I'm going to pick the white almond.
Okay. And it's just that you like the way the flavors taste together. You also mentioned that almond cake is just so popular in New Orleans.
It is. It's definitely an iconic thing in New Orleans, and you don't see that everywhere. And I think that's part of why at Whole Foods they use the yellow. We use yellow cake there. Is
very national.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right. I did cut my last layer.
So you need at least 2 layers of cake to make this.
Yep, we did 3 layers at all the stores that I worked at. We did 3 layers. So when we bake the cake, it ends up being 1.5 cakes that we use.
Okay. Well, what you could do with that other half is just make your own to keep at home. Bring this to a party.
There you go. Exactly.
I could get that.
Exactly. So This is where all we're doing here is crumb coating and trying to get the fruit to stick in. Right, to get those gaps filled. We're not really trying to make it look pretty at this point.
Can you at all estimate how many of these you may have made in your life?
Oh no. I mean, at Whole Foods for the holidays, we would do 2,000 out of one bakery. So I can't tell you how many I've done in my lifetime. A lot.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, probably more than that even. Believe it or not. So many.
You mentioned too, you're very relaxed about sharing this recipe. You like to see people make it because
yeah, it makes me happy to see it everywhere.
I mean, you see it now at bakeries
Everywhere.
all over New Orleans,
all over Louisiana.
all over Louisiana.
Yes. You go down, especially since, with Whole Foods or with Rouses taking it, they're all over the place. So, yeah, I love it. I think it's wonderful. And everybody has a little twist on it. And that's what makes it special. Like, that's what's great about food, is everybody can put their own personal stamp on it. And here we do that too. We do other Chantilly cakes besides this Berry Chantilly, which is the most popular around. But
what are some of the others you do?
So we do a chocolate strawberry also. That has chocolate cake, strawberries, this icing, and then chocolate ganache poured on top. And let me tell you, that's outselling this cake now. It's so popular. We also do a coconut, and we do a lemon, and we just started doing a passion fruit. It's that time of year.
So basically what you're doing now is giving it a nice coat so it looks pretty, and then you're going to...
Yep, and then we're going to decorate it.
Tell me the little trick you just did just now.
So that little trick is if you use a hot wet knife, see how smooth it all of a sudden got? Right, so a hot wet knife changes your life. Yep, and what I always tell the people I'm training is just to let the turntable do the work. You got a turntable. If you have any kind of lazy Susan, that makes all the difference when you're decorating cakes. You don't need to fight with the icing a whole lot. All right, so that's as far as I'm going to get it. And then the rest of it, it's okay if you see a little bit of cake. There's a naked cake trend, and some people might want to even do that and just leave it naked. But a lot of times people will call it the Chantilly lace cake. From this Chantilly lace. Lace is the song. And so I like having something a little frilly on the cake. Because it's lacy and kind of reminds me of everything. Reminds me of the song. Okay. So we use as a leaf tip. And with a leaf tip, when it squirts out like this, right? So it looks like a leaf.
Oh, pretty.
And so what I will do, see if I can do this so you can see, is go up the side all the way, like that, till it just kisses over the top.
People to make this cake at Rouses, so they have to learn to make it in the stores.
Yeah. So that was,
Did you travel around and actually? Okay.
Yeah. And we would do group trainings too for the bakery managers and bring them in. And then I had, people who would go